sun descends on Dumri Prada, a village in the Bondo Ghati, a strip of hills in the eastern Ghats with its picturesque landscape and home to the primitive Upper Bonda tribe. They belong to the Austro-Asiatic group and are found only in the Malkangiri district of Orissa state in India, within a geographical area of 134 square kilometers, with a now stagnating population of around 5,500. The Bondas remain completely isolated from mainstream society. This has often been attributed to the fascinating dress of their women, violent homicidal ways of their men, their unknown tongue, and the inaccessibility of their rugged habitat. At a glance, delivering basic necessities like healthcare and education seem to have failed. Death due to common ailments and reproductive health complications are high due to low awareness about disease and poor access to reliable health facility.
Bani so deng. Bani udeng. Mul nalap dik be. Hasta sanal be. Mamar bulat samar bani. Kian ayar kedeng ana? An profesor di salas labor kono ni mungkir bela sarak ma. Bade beras sunting be.
कौन सुविधा पाउँछ
ताना न मामा सुविधा बांगे ताम तुरत न मा बांबले सिरम फड बांगे तुरत सिरम सुसुमना.
Complications in childbirth and poor access to emergency obstetric care has resulted in high maternal deaths. Infant mortality rates are very high here compared to the state and country averages. Infant deaths are mostly due to pneumonia and premature births caused by malaria and umbilical sepsis. Traditionally self-sufficient in food, today having to cope with an altering environment, the Bondos face food insecurity. Due to changing food patterns, food security has also become an issue of access to the public distribution schemes. It is the Bonda belief that disease and death are controlled by the spirits. Indigenous medical practice is in the form of sacrifices to appease those spirits. Relying on the traditional healer or desari has been the preferred treatment mode until about a decade ago. The Bondas hardly availed modern medicine.
with you
Their splendid isolation and individualistic character has kept the Bondas away from the influences of the mainland. They have been feared and stigmatized, studied and photographed, avoided and exploited, but poorly served and rarely understood. Often, authorities use the pretext of the Bondo hostility to external interferences. The top-down approach of most development initiatives has made the Bondas suspicious of any outside help.
हमार गांव भितरे बोले रास्ता फस्ता ठीक असुविधा सुनती रास्ता फस्ता पे
इंद्रावास घर किछि मिली जी
नहीं मिलने सर पांचटा घरे बोर्ड बोल मिल संते
तम स्कूल घर केते वर्ष होला किछि काम करछि कि नै कोन होछि टीचर माने शिक्षक आछि कि नै कोट के
मास्टर किछि आसे नै यार ई गोरटा अछि स्कूल गोरटा अछि मास्टर आसे तब पुडे वर्ष ना केते गेला गोर हथियार करी आ मास्टर किछि आसे नै
देह खरा बेले आगु केंदी करतला माने नथिला बेले
आगु सेंते का मरि जाइतला के सीरियस पड़ी करी लोक माने.
Strongly rooted in and proud of their own cultural identity, the Bondas have made a gradual yet significant onward journey. Come, mark with them a few of the major milestones of this journey. From 1991, an NGO, Asha Kiran Society, made initial forays into the Bonda Hills through mobile clinics at base markets. In 1994, a medical doctor, Alex, from Asha Kiran, began frequenting the Bonda villages, learning the local language and building up a relationship with a few Bondas. Living among them in the inaccessible Dumriprada village, he began treating those with diseases and visiting nearby villages. Gradually, people began to see the value of medical care in times of sickness.
When I visited the Bondo Hills, I visited Kathamguda village and Wonder Hill village. So I felt they need health. So after, since people, they didn't accept me, people are always questioning about outsiders. Immediately I couldn't make it. So from Hanumal, weekly once I used to come up, I used to take medicines and I used to visit different villages. So through that I came to know about some of the people. During that time, regularly I used to visit Dumripada village. So daily morning I will take few medicines, mostly chloroquine, paracetamol, and other necessary medicines. I will go to different houses, I will sit with them and I will talk with them. I will ask, do you have any person is suffering with the disease? If somebody is lying down, I used to sit with them and used to give medicine to them. People first they refused, they don't want to take medicine and all. So slowly, one by one, people started to take medicine. Atuga, Mari atuga, Mari. Ake ning dikken damting. Ake siruta.
In 2001, with permission from the district collector, Asha Kiran set up a clinic in a disused government building.
So we started to use it as a clinic.
It has taken a sustained effort by Asha Kiran in making the various development initiatives acceptable to the Bonda people. One of these has been building up the capacity of the Bondas, mostly young women who were eager participants in the literacy classes, by equipping them with skills to be part of the health and literacy programs as health assistants, community organizers, preschool teachers, and literacy animators. Every morning, these health assistants, along with the Asha Kiran nurses, navigate through treacherous hill tracks, making available basic health care. This road, though less traveled, is the only means for the survival of the Bondas in this difficult situation. The perseverance and regular presence of the health assistants in these villages makes them the most effective advocates for health care to their own people.
अरे छुआ माने मते बहुत छुआ माने एंती जन्म हेई करे मरि जाउथिले आ जन्म हला पर मते संगे संगे केतरा मरि जाउथिले आ केतरा तो 3-4 वर्ष हेले मते संत्या का पेट बढ़ी किरी हाथ गोड़ सुखी किरी एमती हेई कि पूरा माननरिश दिसुथिले तापरे ए गां रे एबे देखले बहुत 5 जन टीबी रे मरि जाई छंती छोट पिला ठ आरंभ कर बुढ़ा पर्यंत गोटे गोटे मां 8टा 9टा छुआ जन्म करछंती से भितर से हाथ में जो देखा बोली कहले 2टा कि 3टा रोचे आ बाकी मरी जाउछंती ता आगरू जदि आमे सुनबा बोली कहले से माने ज्वर हेइकरी धनुष्टंकार रोग हेइकरी तापरे झाड़ा बांती हेइकरी एमती हेइ छुआ मरी जाउछंती औषध न पाइकरी मरी जाउथिले तो आमे सबुदिन सकाळे से मानकर काम जेहेतु कि से माने बहुत सकाळो काम को पळै जानती तेणु करे आमे सबुदिन सकाळे 5टा अधेरु बाहरी करी एठी पळै आसु आसिक शीघ्र आम कम सर आम 8टा 8:30 भितर एमाने गाँ छाड़ी कम को पड़े जाती आम कम सर आम निज
These few morning hours are spent in growth monitoring of under 5 children, antenatal checkups for pregnant women, checking patients under TB treatment, and treating any other illness, along with imparting basic health education. The health team travels close to 6 or 7 kilometers a day to identify pregnant women and different diseases amongst the villagers. Along with checking on children's health and imparting education on pregnancy, they also distribute medicines and safe childbirth kits. And the impacts are telling. About 85% of women are using safe delivery kits, and only 1 maternal death took place in these 6 villages in the last 2 years. And infant mortality in these villages has come down from 207 per 1,000 births in 2002 to 105 in 2004. Health visits by the Asha Kiran team to each village takes place once or twice a month. How does the village cope with sickness and disease the rest of the time?
तो आमे एई गाँ को दुई हाट को 2 सप्ताह को थोरे आमे आसो गाँ लोक माने कि संगे संगे तांगर हेल्थ नीड को पाई पारबे सेति पाई बोली कि आमे ए मां को मंगली सीसा अंकना आंको आमे बाछि कि गाँ तरफरु मीटिंग करी कि बाछि कि आको आमे मासे ट्रेनिंग पठेलु लमतापुट को लमतापुट जाई कि से ट्रेनिंग पाइला परे से केतटा औषध तांक पाखरे रखि छथि तो से औषध जाको से जेतळ को का को हठात रे ज्वर हैला कि झाड़ा हैला बांती हैला बोली कहले से छोट छोट औषध से लोक मान को देई कि से गाँ रे भलो कर तो एटा तांकर पेड़ी आ एटा जेतळ आमे हेल्थ से मान को ट्रेनिंग देलु सेतळ को एक खाता आमे देइछु तांको कोन कोन विषय रे से माने सिखि छथि तो सेरा तांको भाषा रा लेखा आइछि सुलैसी बोली कहले झाड़ा तो झाड़ा रो से माने पढ़ी लिखि जान नांती तेनु करी से माने चित्र देखि कि केंती गाँ लोक को मते बुझाइबे जेंती गाँ लोक मते से जहा सिखि छि गाँ लोक मते ताहा जानंतो तार इंपोर्टेंस सेति पाई बोली झाड़ा हेले केंती होछि छुआ बड़ लोक मानंकु के हेले ज्वर झाड़ा बांती निमोनिया आस्थमा टीबी ए सब एटी बेसी होछि तो से सब ये करा पाए मां को पाखरे हम रखछु क्लोरोक्विन आई एप्लिकेट पैरासिटामोल स्केबोमा हले ए मां कोन करंती जते जन को से ट्रीट करंती से लेखि न जानि थिबारो एमती गोटे पेपर तांको दिया हेछि तो ए पेपर को से कोन करंती से जते डायरिया पेशेंट को ट्रीट करंती पेंसिल मते दिया हेछि तांको एठी गोटे गारो पकई दियान तो से जते जन को दउछंती सेतटा गारो पकैला आमे जानू हां से एतटा पेशेंट को ट्रीट करछंती ए मशार चिन्ह हैला मलेरिया से जते ट्रीट करछंती आ हाथर चिन्ह हैला जते जन को गाजी हेछि स्किन प्रॉब्लम से मान को ट्रीट करछि एटार ये हैला का वुंड की इंजुरी कोन हेइथिला से अप्लाई करछि मेडिसिन सेटा एटा हैला आखी तापर देइछु आमे मेवेक्स मध्ये दउछु जो मानकर पेट बढ़ी जाइछि केंचुआ हेछि से मान को औषध आप तो ए भीतर से जतेटा को से ट्रीटमेंट करछंती से तळे से पेड़ी रे से सेतटा गारो पकेबे तो हमको गोटे मासर रिपोर्ट नेक्स्ट मंथ रे से 28 तारिख रे आसीबो मीटिंग पय से तळको हमको रिपोर्ट मिल जिवो ए मास रे से केतेटा ट्रीट करछि बोली के
Meet Kamla, a community health worker who provides primary health care for her village.
You all come here.
आने आई वर्ष डेंगा डिकिन नो काम देमतनो
4 वर्ष
4 वर्ष
बमतने नुआरे में 3 वर्ष रिंगता
मुइंडा वो सीरेम सागना मामा डेमतनो
सिरेम sakna inga sirang sumrem ki lulu sakna
सिसेउ मा डेमतनो मा बस लागतनो ग्राइस
sirang awana masita perana bob sitayong sibam tayong aning rungar ngarang tayong na 10 ta kolor koi 5 ta paracetamol berona 10 ta kolor koi 5 ta paracetamol 15 ta mulai 15 ta dingana kana uzur 5 ta sum mundi 3 ta sum mai beren 3 ta sum mai beren 3 ta sum mai beren zur mai beren mundi mari barsum dundam bela muisum da beti itu semua sega mai bolen ta bolen so sot bol teng ni yong no bera kunung sirong semua sik bolen no siga trigi marasate mari adjong bok sirong duta lu itni wi sumnai ne olop sisa bol duta sik mai marsapta mosi baru
अरे मोसी ना रमले सकना मैडम जी
mosi nambar remole sana no bol ta saparing semua sika dak gorom de semua sik gimok semua sika atau no bol mundi mui anjur mui no lek semua sik male mok beda no beting reisi ani re kita yang na tan reisi mari kira enggak orang susula beting.
Kamla is a volunteer. Her village selected her to receive training at the base hospital at Lamtaput to treat and to teach others about basic diseases. Kamla's tasks involve providing immediate care for malaria, gastroenteritis, scabies, conjunctivitis, and wounds. A sheet of paper with symbols of diseases and a few strips of medicines also help her to collect vital statistics of the villages like births, deaths, and morbidity, while also providing timely referral of sick patients to the clinic. She is an effective catalyst in the whole process of development in the village. Every month, Kamla visits the base clinic at Dumriprada to review the previous month's work, the patients she has treated, the situation in her village, to refresh her knowledge about diseases while also collecting a fresh stock of medicine. This endeavor by Kamla also helps turn the health intervention into a totally local affair. Another milestone in this remarkable journey is the 24-hour operational clinic at the Dumriprada village. This facility is managed by nurses and their team of trained bonda health assistants. The bondas have availed treatment at the clinic at a price which, if not in cash, has often been in kind. People may pay by a handful of grain, a pumpkin, or anything else they feel can be traded for money. This is a reflection of the bonda barter system against the modern-day cash economy. Ready money for treatment is a major constraint in accessing healthcare almost the whole year round. A healthcare scheme was introduced to address this issue. This scheme collects an annual subscription during the better off harvesting season. This offers them the prospect of availing treatment through the rest of the year at the clinic as well as the referral hospital at Lamtaput without worrying about how to pay for it.
কি কার্ড সেটা
ଏ ଔଷଧ ଖାଇବାଟା ଆଜ୍ଞା।
সেটা কোন কিছু পয়সা ଦେଇକି କରିଛ
ହଁ
କେତେ
ସିଏ ଦେଇଛି ଆମର ପିଲା ଦେଇଛି
କେତେ ଟଙ୍କା
120
120 କେତେ ଜଣଙ୍କର କାର୍ଡ ସେଟା
5 ଜଣ
କିଏ କିଏ ସେଥିରେ ଅଛ
ଆମେ
ତମେ କିଏ କିଏ କହ
ଆମର ନାତି 2ଟା ଆଉ ତ ଆମର ବୁଆରୀ ଗୋଟେ ଆଉ ଆମର ପୁଅ ଗୋଟେ।
तो सेमान को कौन बोली कहला 10 टका जनक पिछा 10 टका बड़ लोक ए छोट पिला आ बड़ लोक 20 टका तो ए वर्ष कौन है छोट पिला 25 टका आ बड़ लोक 30 टका हिसाब से पैसा बांधि आ से कार्ड धरिक से जब जो आम पाखे एठी आसले कि डुमरीपड़ा गले कि लमतापुट गले से कार्ड जदि नहीं जाइछंती सेमान को जहाँ भी होता गोटे सर्जरी हेले से फ्री रे दिया जाउछ।
It is with confidence that the bondas assert their right to health care under this scheme. From 83 households in 2002, today the scheme has 173 households as members now. It means a population of about 890, that is, about 16% of the total Bondo population. A great leap forward, given that in the last 57 years, modern medicine hardly had any presence in the Bonda Hills. There is an air of anticipation as the Bondas chart their own ways in their crucial battle for survival. As they journey on, and with the increasing need to establish links with the outside world, the Bondas are gradually beginning to realize the significance of formal education. Theirs is a completely oral tradition, where communication over centuries has been largely by word of mouth and learning has been by observation and doing. In this context, the formal education system would meet with little success if not tailored to the bonda way of life. This can be seen in the schools that have emerged like unwanted weeds in the Bondo Hills. Teachers posted to these schools are from outside and cannot communicate with the children in the Bonda language. Given the difficult environment, their motivation to stay in the village is low. The only option for education that seems to work are the residential schools outside the village. Even here, what has discouraged parents from sending their children to school? Children are a vital part of the workforce and contribute to the family livelihood by collecting firewood, tending to the cattle, and minding their younger siblings. Despite the odds, come mark with us some significant moments. This is Itangoda village. It does not have a school of its own and has no adult literates. Only one child from this village has ever enrolled in a residential school. In 2004, the village asked Asha Kiran to start a school. Now, every morning, at the toot of a whistle, the village children, some of them with their siblings in tow, gather to attend a preschool.
Google ಯಾಕೆ ಆಜಿಲು
Bilaro, mire today gule? Bolu today. Bilaro kian semua sakte? Semua sakte.
The facilitators are new literates and the medium of instruction is Bonda. So, instead of struggling with a language foreign to them, these Bondo children are beginning an education in their mother tongue. To make the curriculum relevant to their life, it is based on the Bondo seasonal calendar, incorporating cultural stories, songs, and local craft. As this progresses, it is hoped that they would be able to confidently bridge to the state language and make the most of the education system while retaining a rootedness in their own cultural identity. These preschool facilitators, along with their health assistants, are a product of the literacy classes. Here is a glimpse of the night literacy classes, which has resulted in young people, mainly women, becoming literate in Oriya in at least 2 villages. Over 50 children from 2 villages have enrolled in the government residential school due to the Asha Kiran preschools. They now approach formal school with less fear and apprehension.
No school sax midutina. Boludina. Mama magona. Iki. Oi. Ai boys dutana na. Ama. Masa no school boss agutuna. Mapule.
Lek par mak no sega.
Mari.
Alo por mama sobo dekha mak no seg.
Mari digin.
Azan mak no sega.
School boss asakna.
Sarul kang deh mamunak.
Mamana. Ana mas sekaito, Oriya sam sekaito ki Ramo sam sekaito.
Oriya sa Ramo sam sekaito.
Barsa.
Since I'm a doctor, I started my health work, and we visited different villages and different houses. We gave medicines. So that time I noticed that most of them they'll speak only Bondo language. So without that learning that language, we cannot communicate the health education with them. So myself and my wife, we started intensively to learn the Bondo language. Since it was only oral language, it was not written, and we started to get help from other people. People also very happily they taught their language. So slowly we written down all the words in Bondo language. In maybe 2 years time, we almost written down 1,000 words, and we started to communicate with people. People also felt so happy about it. Then we wanted to develop some health material for them. We felt since no written material there and it was not a written language, we started to do orthography. That is like putting the sounds in alphabets. So we did that one with 1,000 words, and we used Oriya script, because in future after learning Bondo language they need to go for Oriya. So Oriya script is good. So we put it in Oriya script. So in that way only we did this phonology. There we came to know about all the alphabets, what they are using. Then after that we felt during that time we felt we need to do the grammar of Bondo language also. So we did grammar.
With the Bondos at the helm of affairs, it shatters the myth about them being a hostile tribe. As village after village welcomes the schemes of healthcare and education, the Bondos are gradually yet steadily scripting their life story in a new and improved way each day. The Bondas settle for the evening, often the only time for merrymaking and relaxing. In keeping with their vibrant culture, the Bondo Hills come alive with music and dance. Kamala is back in her house to dream for tomorrow. With persistent strides, the Bondas chart their journey forward.